Here, we have the highest concentration of consumers in the multi-story sector, and it was decided to start with Orhei to equip all consumers in the multi-story sector with radio modules, and then move on to the sectors, to the other branches, such as Rezina and Soldonesti and Telenesti. What is the biggest problem with collecting the data? The apartments, because everyone is at work from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and reading the data is very difficult within 3 days, in 2 to 3 days to catch everyone at home. That is why the first idea was to have all the apartments in the cities of Stefan Voda and Kauzeni, that is, the multi-story buildings, equipped with radio modules that allow us to read the data remotely. Installing radio modules in Comrat and Gagauzia is a new experience for us. However, we knew that in other regions of the country, radio modules have been installed for a long time. Obviously, we want to adopt this experience, and we approach the management so that this idea would be implemented in Comrat as well. For a controller in the multi-story buildings, there were about 900 consumers, meaning he had to take care to hold all the information, to notify, to deliver the receipt books. It is easier for our employees to collect the data. The modules transmit them in an automated mode. It is not necessary to come to the consumer's apartments, to wait for them, to look for them. There are always situations where the consumer is not at home or has to be reached in the evening when he comes back from work. And for the person, this turns out to be a kind of inconvenience. He comes in the evening, cooks, takes care of his other things, and our controller comes and says, "Let me get to the meter." All that needs to be done is to transmit the readings recorded by the meter to the database on our server. We can process the respective data. Practically, the module transmits the consumption data every hour. We can know the readings at any hour, any day, any month, any year. At the moment when we need them, that's when we read them. For example, the price of gas changes on the 11th in the middle of the month. We do not need to mobilize people to go read the data. With one click, we find out the meter readings at the hour that suits us. As is known, the tariffs have changed several times, and it is not necessary for this to happen at the beginning of the month. Obviously, this radio module allows us at any hour, when the tariff changes, to read the current consumption and to offer the consumer a very accurate bill.
The human factor disappears in data collection. There are many mistakes that happen. For example, before we implemented the radio modules, for us it was, first there was the procedure where the controller would go, collect the data with a pen. Registers were made. Now, he could still make a mistake there for one family or someone else. And then he had to go back to the consumer to take the readings again. We can install the radio module on the consumer's existing meter. The process takes no more than 5 minutes. The procedure is not complicated. The module is compact, small in size. Likewise, we can come to the consumer when the deadline for the meter's metrological verification is approaching, with another meter with the radio module already installed. The first method is installation in the laboratory. Here, the radio module is programmed. It is installed on the meter. On average, from 3 to 5 minutes. If we go on site where the meter is already installed at the consumer, there the time is longer, because we have to program it, get up to where it is installed. In some cases, it is not convenient for me to seal it. The paperwork, around, I think, from 15 to 20 minutes. The paperwork and sealing take more time, yes. In Gagauzia, we already have about 6,000 radio modules installed. In general, people react positively to this idea. There are situations when people themselves request that these modules be installed.
We began installing the radio modules for all active consumers who are in place, have gas appliances, and meet the meter's requirements. There was a lady who said she did not want it installed because the radio waves are strong. We explained that your phone has more harmful waves than the radio module, that it practically does not influence anything. Another case was when you want to film me, you're putting in a camera, putting in microphones, you want to record me. and she categorically did not want it. After we installed the first batch, many of them, consumers, acquaintances, were themselves asking, "Install a radio module for me so you do not bother me, because I am at work, because I do not have time." I know 2 people who go abroad but leave their heating appliances connected for the winter. They even requested, they told us where the apartment key is and with whom, that when such radio modules appear, we should take and install a radio module for them. If at the beginning they were afraid, now the controllers themselves tell me, "Give me radio modules," because I have more consumers who are asking us to install them. The controller's job is not only reading the data. The data are read in 2 or 3 days at the end of the month, or when necessary. The controller handles editing the paperwork for the removal/installation of meters. They are involved in painting as well. For us, there is the gas month, right? It closes on the 1st at 7 a.m. It closes and opens then. And for balancing, for operability, for better accuracy, we need all the information. All the information regarding gas consumption to be collected on the 1st at 7 a.m. when it closes. You do not have to think, is there still some gas left? Is there still something remaining for someone? Or, you have the figure that came in for that period. You have it.